Growing up as a little kid, man, I started, you know what I mean? I was with my mom and my father. Um, my father went to jail, you know what I mean, due to drugs and, in the streets. He was in the streets heavy, so, you know what I mean? He did some jail time. Left me with my mom. And then my mom raised me, but my mom, she started getting on drugs. She started getting high and, you know what I mean? And she really and had me running through the streets. I was just a little kid, like 6, 7, running through the streets. She sending me to school dirty, smelling like piss. Teachers talking about, they complaining. They going to the principal, having them call, and he coming to school stinking and dirty. This is like, I was like young. So, my mom was on drugs. She couldn't really handle me. Then we started. I think after my father, he got locked up. I think that house caught on fire. Me and my mom, we moved above a church. You know what I mean? Like a little church, they let us stay above it. You know what I mean? She ain't really have much, but I guess they worked with her. You know what I mean? So, it was still, she had people in and out. She was still on drugs. It just wasn't good. She wasn't raising me properly. I wasn't going to school. I wasn't being taken care of properly. And then that's when my grandmom stepped in. One day I guess she was one of the contacts on the school list, you know what I mean, emergency contact, my grandmom and my aunt. Yeah, my grandmom and my aunt, my grandma Loretta Hall and Latrice Johnson. That's that, yeah, I love them to death. Yeah, so they all had a meeting and my aunt wanted to adopt me. You know what I mean? That's my mom's sister. She wanted to adopt me, but my mom, she was in another world. And I don't think she would allow that. She wouldn't allow that. So my aunt, she took care of me, and then my grandmom stepped in and she was like, you know what? I'm gonna let you go ahead and get yourself together. I'm gonna take care of him. He gonna come to live with me. So my grandma, she got me real young, around 6, 7, 8. You know what I mean? Cause she had that meeting and she just didn't, like, and she got on her about it, like, you can't, you got him, you can't be running through the streets with him all type time of the night. So basically that's what it was. She took me in, I remember she bought me clothes, food, made sure I was good. She took me in her home. She actually lived across the street from the church, where she still lived to this day. So yeah, then she started raising me. And my mom, I guess she was doing her own thing. And yeah, so her and my aunt, they basically was my caretakers. They raised me. You know what I mean? So yeah, then I think I switched school. Well, now I went to the same school. So yeah, she had a meeting with the teachers and she told them, not like through the court system, but basically like, through word, like I'm the caretaker now. So yeah, she started sending me to school and I guess my grades and everything wasn't good. I wasn't coming to school, so we started working on that. I had to repeat. I actually had to repeat the second grade twice because of that. Third grade, I'm sorry about that. I went to Warner Elementary. I had to repeat that twice because I just wasn't ready, and they felt like I needed to repeat that. And then my grandma, she had to work too. She was a single parent. You know what I mean? So that one day, it just happened so that I on the bus on the way home, I got off at the wrong fucking bus stop. You know what I mean? I met this lady. She was like, "Young man, do you know where you going?" You know what I mean? And I was like, "Nah, I'm lost," because I was new around the neighborhood. And her name was Miss Blue. You know what I mean? And long story short was she took me at her house. And my grandma came looking for me. You know what I mean? And I guess somehow she got in contact. She got me, and it's crazy because she became my babysitter. After that, they started talking. She was actually the neighborhood babysitter, Miss Blue. Yeah, she ended up And then her and my grandma, they started talking. And then I don't know, I guess they worked out something, but she started after school every day, she started grabbing me at the bus stop. She had two sons herself named John Blue and Eddie Blue. And she started taking me, to her house after school because my grandma had to work. And she had other neighborhood people around the way. Prentice Owens, Stephon Owens, rest in peace, he died. We'll get to that later. Marquise Seth, just the neighborhood, Austin Daniels, everybody, just, and, yeah, just, and she had her own corner store. She had the corner store, we called it Miss Blues, right on 25th and Washington. Right on 24th and Washington, I'm sorry. And she lived on 24th and Washington too. And then as we got older, uh, well, right, and then right on 24th, where Miss Blue lived, it was right next door. It was Miss Owens. And then she had three grandsons she was raising: Corell Owens, Prentice Owens, and Stephon Owens. And we all used to be cool, so we all used to play. And they really couldn't. Sometimes they couldn't. Their grandma was, cause they Jamaican. She was Jamaican, so we be next door. We'd hear them screaming loud as hell, and grandma, she yelling at Stephon Owens and Prentice, Corell going crazy over there. And it's like we always knocked on the door for them to come out, and sometimes she said they couldn't come out, but we was young, but we all got real close. Like, we all became brothers, like Corell, Prentice, and Stephon, and John Blue. We all was like, we was like a family. So as we got older, we went to middle school. It was the same thing. As I got older, Miss Blue, she was more so like she wasn't my baby. She was my babysitter, but she wasn't, because I was getting old enough to really start doing my own thing. But I still went over there, and I just looked at her like another mom, because she was there for me when I was, I ain't really had nothing, So she helped in a great bit too. And as we get older and older, something happened. They moved out the house, and they moved somewhere else, and next door next door was still Corell, Prentice, and Stephon, but I think this was okay. I went to high school. I went to AI high school. Then when I graduated, I ended up going to Job Corps for facility maintenance. I went to Charleston, West Virginia. And then after that, after Charleston, West Virginia, when I came back home for a little bit, and then I went to Atlanta with my now my manager, Casino Bricks.